right, heading over to the Weather Center now, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Stepped outside earlier and it was a wee bit chilly out there, Dan.
Wee bit chilly tonight, but not as cold as last night, that's for sure.
Very true.
We're a little bit warmer out there tonight, which is some good news. Here's a live look from Domenico's on the wharf. You can't really tell how warm it is by looking at this picture because the ocean is not that cold. Actually, it's really cold, but not as cold as the air. So that's fun for us. But right now, water temperatures around 54 degrees. Air temperatures, roll out the air temperature map. Let's see what we got. 54 on the water. How about 40 right now in Watsonville? It's getting cool out there. 38 in Boulder Creek. We're in the 30s in many inland areas right now. Bryson, southern Monterey County, 32 degrees. So definitely knocking on the door of some frost in some locations. But overnight tonight won't be quite as cold as last night because we actually have some clouds holding in some of the heat of the day. Passing high clouds, but also we did see an increase in onshore flow today, which did push some moisture in. So instead of that dry atmosphere, we actually have some moisture, which will turn into clouds now that it is cool enough. So that will hold up temperatures to some extent. So we're going to call it partly cloudy overnight, but dry conditions. Not expecting any precipitation overnight tonight, but tomorrow night into Wednesday, well, that is a different story. Let's talk about that. Here's Future Track showing us through the overnight, holding onto those partly cloudy skies on the coast. And as we head into the day tomorrow, increasing clouds. By the time you get to pick up the kid at school, which is a little thing that popped up that I just fixed a second ago that didn't apparently work. Looking at mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the low 50s. So it's going to be a chilly day tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, we're talking about the chance of rain beginning. So around 6 o'clock or so, some areas might start getting a little bit of light precipitation. Rain will likely spread across the rest of the viewing area by late tomorrow night. May not be by 9 o'clock, but generally just tomorrow evening after dark, we'll start to see a chance of rain by midnight. Most of us will at least have seen a few sprinkles, and then by the time we get to 6 o'clock on Wednesday morning, it'll have passed by. So this is kind of a fast-moving, weak system, but it's going to be enough to wet the roadways out there and potentially make up to ½ an inch in the coastal mountains, I think. So not a big system. That's the first of two. We're going to get a bit of a break as we head into the afternoon Wednesday. Might even see the sun poke out for a little while, but then the next system is close at hand, and by Wednesday evening, we'll start to see some rain redeveloping. Probably see it in the coastal mountains first. Then it gets a little heavier as we head into Thursday morning. We can see it really filling in. Gusty winds expected into Thursday afternoon as well with this system. Heavy rainfall rates. Right now, timing, hard to say at this point. I do think we'll see the rain begin Wednesday evening, start to get heavy overnight into Thursday morning. By the time you wake up Thursday morning, we're going to be dealing with some wind and some heavy rainfall rates across the bay. Now, this might shift a little bit, so obviously we're going to be keeping a close eye on the timing of everything, but this is going to be an impactful system, both with the rain and the wind, it turns out this time. Future track precipitation with the first system, as I mentioned, showing fairly light amounts, maybe ¼ of an inch up to ½ at the most. But as we add in the precip from that secondary system, it starts to pile on pretty quickly. This is already by around lunchtime. By Thursday, we're seeing some pretty good rainfall around the bay. It's going to be a wet one. That may mean some street flooding in some areas. And certainly, we'll start to put some stress on the streams and the coastal mountains, something I'm a little bit concerned about, considering that we've actually had a couple systems. I mean, the last system, the heavier system about a week ago, started pushing that San Lorenzo River up. It got up pretty high before it started coming down. And I think we're going to see something similar with this. And if it turns out to be a little bit wetter, then we might start getting close to the flood stage. So something we're keeping an eye on. By the way, the first system, not the Thursday one, but the late tomorrow into Wednesday, will be cold enough for a little bit of light snow on the mountain. So something to look forward to, I suppose. But snow is not going to be an impact on most of us. Let's take a quick look at your Tuesday temperatures. Maxwell, this is what I'm expecting out there. I'm just trying to get him to pay attention. He's reading, what is that? What book is that? He doesn't know. I can't say it on air. Jeez Louise. Okay. It must be a copyright thing. All right. So here's a look at your temperature forecast. I'm trying to get myself refocused here. Down into the Santa Cruz Mountain Valleys. A little chilly overnight. Could see a little patchy frost. 30s on the coast, though. Upper 30s, I should say. Highs back in the 50s tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a cooler day tomorrow for our highs, but the lows will be a little bit warmer. Mid-30s, northern valleys overnight, back to the mid-50s. Eastern coastal plain of the bay, low to mid-30s overnight, or mid to upper 30s, I should say. Highs in the mid-50s tomorrow afternoon. Only 56 in Salinas. That's not a very warm day. On over to the peninsula, lows in the 40s overnight, highs only in the low to mid-50s. And then southward we go with lows in the 20s and 30s in our southern valleys. Highs back in the upper 50s. So a cool day out there. 7-day forecast showing that not a lot of warmth in the forecast. And again, rain arriving late tomorrow into Wednesday. Then stormy on Thursday with showers lingering into Friday. Okay, the weekend looking a little more mild and warm. Saturday and Sunday looking pretty comfortable, and it will be dry this weekend. The showers should be done by Friday afternoon. Inland areas also kind of stormy for the next couple days. So a couple things you can do just to prepare. If you live in the areas that typically see power outages, I mean, that may be the case again for you. So make sure you're prepared for that. Download the KION Weather Authority app so you make sure you get any alerts sent straight to your phone. And also stay tuned to my forecast in the next couple of days, and we'll get you through the storm safely. Back to you.
Will do. Thank